Looks like I would need to buy pie pastry, which I don't think has. Oh my goodness, that sound. All right. Well, I think we found 2 recipes, right? We're gonna put it to a vote. Are you guys ready? All right. Will we be making a cranberry apple Betty or cranberry bundt cake? What do you guys think? I've never done a cranberry apple Betty before, but it doesn't look too bad. I have made plenty of bundt cakes. And they both look very good. So let me know. All right, I have 1 vote for the Betty, the cranberry apple Betty. I want to go check on my Alexa real quick. Alexa, how much time is left?
You have 4 minutes and 50 seconds left on that 1,000
I have 5 minutes left. And then we put the streusel topping on top. And then it cooks for another 15 minutes. Why do I feel like the crust is going to be burnt? The cranberry apple Betty is not a very big dessert. We're only going to be using an 8-inch square baking dish. Which is fine. I don't think I have any plans next week where I need to take a dessert. I should add. Yeah. Ouch. My head. Oh, okay. I was going to give you guys a tour of my water bottle after I cleaned it, but then I got distracted. I think I've done this once before, but maybe some of you haven't seen it yet. Again, if you'd like to vote, we're voting on what to make next week. Whether we make the cranberry apple Betty or the cranberry bundt cake. So far, the cranberry apple Betty is winning by 1 vote. But here are my stickers. Quite the variety. This was my very first one on this bottle. This one did not look like that when I stuck it on there. It's just every time I wash it, less of it shows up. Hi, Tank the Girl. Thanks for your little raid. Welcome in. We are currently waiting about 4 more minutes for my pumpkin pie squares to get done baking in the oven. And then we're going to add a streusel topping on top. So I hope you rated hungry. I am doing well, thank you. How are you doing? What were you doing on your stream today? Driving a tank around, maybe? Whoa! Almost fell over. Today it was wrestling. Okay. Hey, Duck Fart. Welcome in. Thank you for the work. Always appreciate it. What am I looking for? Oh, the pumpkin bars. Pumpkin pie. Sorry, 270. Tank Girl, we were doing a little bit of a vote to see what I should make next week. Yes, pumpkin, so good. So next week, we are going between two recipes. I've just recently bought fresh cranberries. So we're trying to decide whether I want to make a cranberry bundt cake or the cranberry apple Betty, which is kind of like a what's the word? Like a crisp or bread pudding. What was the other word we used? Cobbler. Like a cranberry apple cobbler. Oh, my Lexa's going off. Hold on. Alexa, stop. Let's pull this out. Oops. You're wondering why this is open. Because I had my charger up there. Hello, pumpkin bars. Still a little jiggly in the middle. So there they are. Your vote would be with the... Alright, you got it. So 2 votes for that. No votes for the bundt cake. Just going to be sprinkling the streusel on top. I'll just use my hands. Get it as evenly as possible. We kind of had to work with the streusel because it originally called for pecans, but I didn't have pecans. I had almonds. So we're using almonds instead. Yeah, sorry, bundt cake. Nobody loves you. Alright, that I wouldn't really call that an even, but it's pretty close. Alright, so we're going to be putting that back into the oven for another 15 minutes. Ugh. Well, 15 to 20, we'll see. And I'm just going to use my watch this time. Yeah. Smells pretty good. A very fall-like recipe. Alright. Well, now we can wash these up real quick. There we go. Tank Girl, do you do any kind of baking or cooking? Do you have a preference? Almost gone. Almost. Mostly cooking. Steak with eggs and mashed potatoes. Oh, wow. That actually sounds really good. Do you add any type of seasoning or flavors to your steak? Or you just do like a simple like salt and pepper? Does sound delicious. I agree. Mashed potatoes are my weakness. I love mashed salt, pepper, butter, and garlic. Nice. Yes. Simple and delicious. Yeah, I do not prefer to cook. I do. I don't prefer. I prefer to bake. Hence baking. But yeah, that sounds like one good dinner. I think tonight I'm making lasagna. The simple of all simple lasagnas. Noodles, cheese, sauce. And that's it. And then I'll cook Italian sausage to go with it. But I don't put any meat in my sauce because I'm lazy. I just don't. But I do like meat sauce. And while we're waiting, we are going to mark off this recipe here. And that way I know I've done it and we don't have to do it again. There we go. Ta-da! Done. It went quite well. Takes a lot of time in the oven, but the recipe itself is very easy to make. And I guess next week we are making that Apple Betty. The Apple Cranberry Betty. I'm excited for it. I've never made that before. And I gotta make sure I remember to buy everything I need for it. It definitely looks like a dessert that you would want to serve warm. Where did it go? There it is. Found it. Apples are on sale. Well, perfect, because I'm going to need them. So there's the recipe that we will be making next week. So if y'all are curious about it, I should be back on next week, next Wednesday, about the same time, 11:30-ish. I was actually on time today. 11:30 is my stream schedule, but I've been running a little bit late. I'm actually trying to work on getting on earlier than that. It's proving a little difficult. I just need to get going, you know, go faster. Was I going to say something else? I don't think so. I can put this book away, I think. I'm going to put a better marker in there instead of a chip clip. Let's put... Actually, that'll work. We'll use this. Hey, if you want to, Tank Girl, we're always baking something over here. And every week it's going to be something different. But it'll always be out of this book. So, because it is my goal to bake everything in this book. 1 week at a time. It's going to take a bit. And I've had this book for a while too. I've had it since 2014. I didn't decide then that I wanted to make everything out of it, But I would say definitely more than 5 years ago, I decided that I wanted to try a recipe. And it's been fun. I decided to start streaming it so that it holds me accountable, so that I actually do it. Because I tend to just be like, I don't really feel like it today, and then I don't do it, and then I'll get even more backed up not doing the recipes, right? So yeah, I'm streaming it. I'm like, yes, I gotta do it this time. And I've been enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun. And I get to meet a lot of new people from all over the world. And then often we discuss like the desserts in that country or that area, part of the world. So it's been fun. Quite the adventure. And the best part is we always have puppy cam. There's the puppy. Not quite a puppy. She's 2 years old. But when I start streaming, it's usually her lunchtime. So I feed her lunch on stream. She's being a little bit dramatic. Well, maybe not dramatic. Dramatic's probably not the right word. She's enjoying her sunny spot. Chillaxing. Yeah, you just chillaxing. She's like, well, nobody's paying attention to me. Might as well do something. She'll go for a walk after we're done here. Don't you worry about that. Sunbeam increases effective gravity on the pupper. Yes. Yes. She enters the sunny spot and it's just... and her name is Vexalia, but we just call her Vex. Yeah, yesterday she was crazy energized. Like, my